Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, Salam Kebajikan. Today I will presentation my excitement about philosophy and specific Pancasila as a philosophical system. The first I would like introduction myself. My name is Isdani. I'm from Faculty of Law, Hasanuddin University. Okay, learning objective. Why do study need to understand Pancasila in a philosophical way? And then the Pancasila course at the tertiary level requires students to think openly, critically, systematically, and throughout and there and to prepare the characteristic of philosophical thought. Okay, the first, what is philosophy? Philosophy literally means loving wisdom. The word wisdom is also known in English wisdom. Study philosophy means a human effort to seek the window of life, which later can be useful concept for human civilization. Philosophy is a science that seeks to investigate the nature of everything in order to obtain truth. Philosophy as an effort to think critically, thoroughly, and intellectually, or it can be said as a way of thinking that explores something as the past. Philosophy is methodical and systematic intellectual activity, but emphasizes the reflective aspect in capturing essential meaning of everything. And what is Pancasila said to be a philosophical system? Pancasila, as a philosophical system, is the result of deep reflection from Indonesia's state leader. The result of the contemplation are allows to formulate basic for an independent state. In addition, the result of this reflection is philosophy system because it fulfills the characteristic of philosophical thinking. And there are four character the philosophical system. The first, the philosophical system must character coherent. The second, the philosophical system must character comprehensive. The third, the philosophical system must character fundamental. And the last, the philosophical system must character speculative. The philosophical system must character coherent, meaning that the relationship with each other incoherent. There are not conflicting statements in it. Pancasila is a philosophical system. Each part do not contradict each other. Although there are different, even complementary, and each part has a function and moves. And the second, philosophical system must be character comprehensive, which equip all things and system hence human life. Pancasila is the nation life philosophy. It is a pattern that can accommodate all the life and dynamic of the science in Indonesia. And there, the system of philosophy must be character fundamental, which is a form of deep reflection that reach to core of the actual problem so that it's find a very fundamental aspect. Pancasila as philosophy system formulate based on the core order of human life itself, for a human and good in life. And the last, the philosophical system is speculative, meaning that the truth of the rules of reflection is presupposition that becomes the starting point, that becomes our type based on logical reasoning and the starting point for thinking about something. And Pancasila as the basic of the state. In the beginning, it was the touch of state figures as an archetype, which was later proven to be true. There are a long discussion of dialogue in the BPUPKI session until the PPKI ratification. And then explain what is the main philosophies Grand Lake and Western Chong. Driakara distinguishes between and Western Chong. Philosophy, which is more theoretical and abstract, is a way of thinking and seeing reality deeply to apply the truth. And well, Western Chong more refers to practical view of life. I'm sorry, philosophy in English, philosophy are in this science of thought, and then Western Chong are in the life environment woman that a lot apart from philosophy, philosophical story and theory philosophy that not life content with attitude human. And then Pancasila is Western Chong. This means that the value of Pancasila are something that has existed and developed in Indonesian society, which is then agree as the basic of the state philosophy. Western Chong is a world view, pemandangan lingkungan, the teaching about the value, meaning of, and purpose of human life that are embedded in Western Chong, spread in the various thought and culture of the Indonesian nation. And then Pancasila is a basic country philosophy. The philosophical value content and the principle of Pancasila underline all applicable legal relation in Indonesia. And then this means that the value of dignity, humanity, unity, democracy, and justice must underline all applicable laws and regulation. And then explain philosophy Pancasila as genetic views, objective views, and philosophy Pancasila as genetic views, subjective views. Pancasila as genetic views, objective views. Pancasila for yourself as the object to be sought. Its philosophical foundation is based on system and the branch of philosophy that developed in the West. And then Pancasila is genetic views, subjective views. Explain a Pancasila for you are used the crit, crit, critic critiques for you philosophical schools that are developing good for finding things in accordance with the value of Pancasila and to see things that are not in accordance with the Pancasila of Pancasila with the value of Pancasila, I'm sorry. And then student can uh, explain about the ontological foundation of the Pancasila philosophy and yeah, epistemological foundation of the philosophy of Pancasila, and then the axiological foundation of the Pancasila philosophy. And the first, what's the meaning ontological foundation? Ontological discuss about the deepest essence of something that exists, namely the most general and abstract elements, also known as the substance. The essence of the ontology problem is to analyze the substance. Substance comes from Latin substar, meaning exists in the real. Substantialitas means something that stands alone. A things of things of a things of existence. So, suatu hal yang berdiri sendiri dan wujudnya itu ada. The ontological basic of Pancasila means a philosophical thought on the essence of and reason the ether sila Pancasila as the philosophical basic of the Indonesia state. And understanding of this essence of the principle of Pancasila is needed as a form of recognition of the mode and the mode of existence of the Indonesian nation. Ontological, the study of Pancasila as a philosophy, intend as an effort to determine the basic right of Pancasila. According to Nota Nogoro, the basic ontological essence of Pancasila is human. Why? Because humans are the legal subject and the sila of Pancasila. And the second, what's the mean by the epistemology foundation? Epistemology. The term is related to the mean and source knowledge, brand of knowledge philosophy, which the discuss about basic characteristic of knowledge, possibility, scope, and general base of knowledge. Little John and Voss explain branch of philosophy which study knowledge or how people can know about something. And I will explain the epistemological basis of Pancasila means. First, value Pancasila explore from the empirical experiment of the Indonesian nation. Then, synthesis into a comprehensive view about the life of society, nation, and state. The study of the epistemology of Pancasila philosophy is intended as an effort to seek the nature of Pancasila as a system of knowledge. Pancasila as an object of the study of knowledge essentially cover the problem of source of Pancasila knowledge and the structure of Pancasila knowledge. Source knowledge Pancasila is value that exists of the Indonesian nation alone. The composition of Pancasila is knowledge system as a formal logical structure, both in the composition of the present Pancasila and the content of the meaning of the Pancasila present. The composition, unity of the present Pancasila is have character the hierarchical and pyramidal shape. Bentuk hierarki piramidal. What is the meaning and next? What's the meaning axiology foundation? Sorry. Term axiology relate with problem value and the study of the theory of values in axiology. Pure axiology is the study of value of all type and according from DC 2001 explain exact the value is a quality which is not real because the value does not exist for itself. It needs developers to exist. The axiological basis of Pancasila means the value or quality content in sila Pancasila. The principles sila pertama content monet mon, monotheistic spiritual holiness and sacred qualities and humanity precept content value have dignity self-respect freedom and responsibility and praise 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 of unity Sila ketiga, contain the value of solidarity and loyalty. And the fourth precept contain democratic value, deliberation, consensus, and great spirit. And the last justice precept contain the value, care, and mutual cooperation. Dr. Royong. The study of the etiology of the Pancasila philosophy, the basic discussion, the practical of benefit of knowledge about Pancasila. And the etiology of Pancasila content means the we are discussing the philosophy of the values of Pancasila. The term value in philosophical studies refers to an abstract expression which can be also be interpreted as war or goodness, and over which mean a certain philosophical action and in extension of making an assessment. Truth. The value is essential the nature of quality that is attached to an object. And explain the political resource of Pancasila as a philosophical system. Highly, Pancasila was a political consensus which then developed into a philosophical system. The reason, the source of Pancasila, politic as a philosophical system can be classified into two groups. And then explain Pancasila as a philosophical system is one unit and pyramidal hierarchical relationship. Pancasila as a state basic is erroneous. It consists of five, but the precept relate to each other as a word. No one precept is separate with each other. Therefore, it can be termed Eka Pancasila, the five precepts in one wall unite. Hierarchy pyramidal uh, have relation because uh, they they are step the same, and here and namely hierarchy five step to five step and pyramidal and five step, and this is making to both have relations. Its Sila content is limited and is characterized by the other four precepts. The precept in the form underline and animate the precepts that are behind. The precepts at the back are specificity in form of relation of the preceding precept, and and from all of its breadth, the precept width is behind in now of our than precept width is earlier. And two, then there are two. Seen from the understanding the divine precept of Yamaha Kuasa is the most common basic from all the precept the behind underline and animate all precept. Well, precept 5 is the specific precept and then purpose of all the precept in front. Therefore, the formula editorial reads the real realist social justice for all Indonesian nation. Okay, this is uh, my understanding about filsafat, and this is a presentation me, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.